Hi friends, today we are going to see the important topic, that is grids columns. We mostly use this in our real time and I am trying to explain this with our real time examples. Before going into the topic, we just need to know some terminology. So as we all know, grid is nothing but a collection of rows and columns. Row is nothing but a horizontal line and columns are nothing but vertical lines. And Bootstrap divides web page into 12 columns, and we have some different classes. The row class is used to create a new row in a page, and we have some different classes like col-sm, col-md, col-lg. We use these classes to create the columns, and Bootstrap allows to divide our screen as per your requirement. Like we can divide the entire screen into two parts, or we can divide into four parts, or we can divide into six parts. And how to divide that, I will show you that practically. And before that, I will let you know how we are going to divide that with one image. As we all know, our page is nothing but the entire layout, and as I told, we are going to divide into columns. By default it will come with 12 columns, and here we can see I have created only one column. On the top we have one, that is 12 columns row, but internally it is only one columns. And if you want to divide this 12 columns row into two parts, like 50% as 6 columns and other 60% as a 6 columns, we have to write some logic, and this is entire one row and we have 12 columns here. Similar to that, the third example is we are dividing the entire row into four parts, like 3 columns, 3 columns, 3 columns here and 3 columns. And like this you can divide your row as per your requirement, and here I am dividing first part as a 4 columns and remaining 8 columns. And the overall the target here is whatever the columns you are going to divide, if you add it, it should become as 12, like this 12. Like for example, here I am dividing into 6 parts, 6 into 2, it will become 12. And how to create this, it is very simple, and we are going to create first a row, and we are going with entire due tag only. So we just need to give the first class as a row, and then you need to decide how many columns you want to divide, and for that you need to follow this col-md, and whatever the number is there, you just need to give that number. And here I am dividing it as a two parts, so I am giving it as a col-md6 and col-md6, and it will divide into two columns, and whatever you want to place inside that container you can place that. So here, so I have given some examples. It is like for first I am giving only one due tag, it is like 12 columns, the entire row it has a single row and single column. And here we have the single row with two columns, and each I have divided into 50%. Similar to this, I have divided my screen into four parts, and here I have to give three columns, and like column md as 3. Here we can see Bootstrap provides different classes, and as I told, we have col-xs and col-sm, col-md and col-lg. Depend on the screen size, you need to decide which columns you need to use. So, and here I have given the pixels. If any screen which is less than 768 pixels, then you can use col-xs. And if it is like small devices, if you are targeting for tablets, you can go with col-sm. And if you are targeting your website, you can go with col-md, which is for laptops. And if it is like any large screen, then you can go with col-lg. And mostly in real time we are going to use this col-md. Yeah, to show it more practical, I have created index.html page, and I have added all the CDN links, and I'm going to run this project, and here we can see this is how it looks. Yeah, I'm going to create one row, and we can see how to divide into columns. So as I told, we are going to use the div tags, and for the div tags we need to attach the CSS classes. Let me create. So here I'm creating one row, so it should be like class row, and I'm going to divide this entire screen into 12 columns. For that we need to give div class is equal to, and we need to start with col-md, and I'm going to target it as a 12 columns. And here we can see I'm going to give the text as any text, whatever you want inside that container you can give it. For example, here I'm giving Ayub Khan. This is our entire row, And if you want to see whether it is occupying the entire row or not, we just simply apply some background colors. We have some predefined classes, so let me go with bg primary and let me save this, and here let me run, and you can see that it is occupying everything. And if I'm going to create another row, so let me give break so that it will come to next row. Now I'm going to create one row, and I'm going to divide my screen into two parts. Div class is equal to row, and here I'm giving div class is equal to col-md, and I'm giving it as a 6, and here I'm going to give it as a Ayub. Then I'm going to give another row, and here I'm dividing it as a 6 col-md6. You need to be very careful. You need to give the names properly. So let me save this. So let me run this, and here you can see, so this is 50% and this is another 50%, and mostly we are going to use this whenever you design the form with your fields. Now again I am going to create one more row, so let me give it as a break here. Div class is equal to row, and I am going to create div class is equal to col md3, and I am giving second name, or I can give it as a last name, and here we can give col md9. So 9 plus 3 12, and here I can give input type is equal to text. Let me save this and let me go back here, and you can run here. So 9 plus 3, sorry, I given wrong name here, so you can see it here. So this is how it will start. Thank you very much. Please subscribe Ayub tutorials.